What's up, YouTube? This is Sims Renewal, where we have conversation about interesting topics and we allow for you to think more, understand, and try to reprocess the conversations of the normal day into something a lot better. So, uh, check out the roommates. They have wonderful content, and this is something about what's tomorrow, Father's Day. Let's get into the video.
I'm so sick and tired of people trying to quantify and qualify how much men care for their children. Men are human beings too. I know, contrary to popular belief and contrary to popular third or if not fourth wave extreme feminist ideology, they'll make you think that men don't care, that men are deadbeat dads, and men don't want to be involved in their children's life. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Men do care. Men do love their children.
Yup. Let's hold on. I want to pause right here so I can say something. That's true. The society that we currently live in 2021 is a big narrative towards the feminist perspective, and its agenda is effectively saying that the world does not really need men. Men are equivalent to their pockets and the ability to produce other children. So men do want to be in their kids' lives. They do want to love on their children. They want to be there. And I am also a father who takes out time to be with his children. And that is one of the biggest honors and priorities of my life. Of my life. So y'all should understand, many men actually want to be with their children. So keep going.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Hafiz, and welcome to today's video. So, guys, in today's video, we are going to be talking about fathers. As you guys know, this Sunday, well, you probably don't know that, but this Sunday is Father's Day.
Let me just pause that and say that's sad, but it's also funny that Father's Day is almost always forgotten, um, and are celebrated within homes, but it's not celebrated on a grand level. That's all I want to say right there.
And what I've been noticing for quite a few years is a recent trend going on during Father's Day. And the trend that I've noticed is that many people, women, and this is shameful to say, as well as men, during Father's Day give their moms gifts and they shout their moms out and they say Happy Father's Day to their mothers.
I gotta stop him. That's a funny image right now, but I gotta stop him right there. Like, listen. I understand the value of getting a gift for your mother if your mother was really like the only parent in the household. Um, Yet that just kind of does a I just say it like this. I wouldn't see a child giving a single father a gift on Mother's Day and Father's Day. I don't picture that that would be a thing for real, because they gonna see their dad as their dad. They gonna see their mom as their mom. If they didn't have a mom, or their mom passed away, or their mom there was a separation and the child stayed with the father, the child wouldn't celebrate Mother's Day by celebrating their father. It's kind of crazy to me. So, yeah, and keep it going.
Happy Father's Day to their mothers. And then what I've also noticed is that when Mother's Day comes around, you're seeing so many things in the media, so many commercials about gifts to buy mom and buying mom flowers and taking care of mom and doing this, that, and third for mom. But then when it comes to Father's Day, you barely even know what's coming around. You barely see any commercials. You barely see any promotion. You barely see any companies pushing the importance of Father's Day.
Pausing this, just all I wanted to say, yo, it's so true. Where I worked prior, uh, doing the whole directors meeting for Mother's Day, there was 40 minutes out of an hour and a half meeting time that was dedicated to mothers leading up to Mother's Day. Father's Day came around and literally there was nothing presented to fathers. And on top of that, it was literally forgotten until someone said Happy Father's Day before getting off the call. It's so different. It's not important in 2021.
And so, what I've sadly seen in today's society is we have so de emphasized the role of a father. We have so belittled fathers today. And to me, that's so unhealthy. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 ways we belittle fathers today and how we can now create a better society to better celebrate fathers and to create better men and women in today's world. The first way we belittle fathers is that we say that fathers are irrelevant. I cannot.
Let me take that back for a second so people can actually see. That Let me move that up here. So move me up, move me down or something like that. Y'all don't need to see my face for this one. I just want y'all to catch this. So let's get back.
Relevant. I cannot tell you.
Okay, let's move that back again.
You how many articles I have seen from people, especially on the far left, who make these think pieces about how irrelevant fathers are today. There's all these articles celebrating single moms and celebrating women that you don't need a man, you don't need any man to raise your child. You can do it all by yourself. And this message has really become a part of the American ethos where literally men have been reduced to simply sperm donors and piggy banks. And to me, these messages continuously reinforce all these negative stigmas about fathers. You see TV shows like The Simpsons and like Family Guy and like
Real
all these
talk.
different shows that make the dad out to be some lazy, irresponsible guy. So with all this media propaganda and all this media messaging, it's obvious that so many of us believe that dads are irrelevant.
Okay, I want to say something about that whole piece. Um, yes, yes. Men have been boiled down to just the ability to help a woman produce a child and the monetary gain. Not all women treat men like this, but society mostly treats men like this. They're not responsible. They can't make good decisions for themselves. They're going to make multiple bad decisions. I actually talked to my wife today and just we went back and forth on the conversation and literally um, I spoke and I said, most likely the push and the negative agendas and negative comments in regards to a father and a man who can be in a child's life is tainted based off how society sees it. And most times it's coming from a mother who had not of her own choice or a mother who got a separation from a man and has now taught the next generation to not, not think that there will be importance within the relationship in a man and a woman. A man is just as good as his resources that he can produce for you, but also go out and get your ability to not have to depend on him. So he's even less necessary. That's sad.
So many of us believe that, you know what, you don't really need a man in the house to be able to raise a kid. You know, and as you guys know, I've talked to many people in regards to the importance of marriage in a healthy manner. And one of the biggest reasons I believe marriage is important is that two parents can raise a kid and every man can raise his kid. And it blows my mind to how many people I've debated this, how many men who I've debated this who really don't think if he's important in raising this kid. He really doesn't believe that he needs to be in the kid's house and the kid's life consistently so that the kid can be well. So many guys have de-emphasized the role of fathers because of society as well as because of some of the propaganda.
He's preaching right there. Yeah, like literally, like I said, I had a conversation with my wife, and one of the things she said was, even though she would not have wanted to raise her son and her daughter in a negative perspective, to look at the world in a negative perspective, she would have probably done it due to the fact that trying to make sure that the boy who becomes the man, has security within themselves and to watch out for the terrible women of the world that might only care about him for his resources, and then teach the girl to literally not need a man to have that security in her life. And those dynamics, when eventually having a kid, throws off the whole dynamics of their relationship, because the man does not love the woman. So the child never witnesses true love between two adults in the household. And then on the verse side, the girl who grows up into a woman never knows how to respect and cherish a man. So when she starts to show her traits to the child in the next generation, it seems like it's a combated spirit, it's a combated atmosphere, and the children involved will never truly understand how it needs to be together, because everybody is always competing. And moms and ladies, how society has set things up, unless the woman shows that she needs the man, society has set it up so, well, you can go through life without a man, without the man's guidance, without the man's protection. Yet there's so many negative consequences to the mental development of a child without both parents. That's all I want to say.
But if you look at so many different studies, I mean, there is countless of studies when it comes to male behavior, when it comes to male incarceration, when it comes to different things about income and family stability. Across every single study, children always fare better when their fathers are at home. And there's so many studies that talk about the importance of fathers in the development of a young child to teach them how to be tough and how to play. And that play is pivotal to the child's development. And so to me, as a person who had a really amazing father who was there since I was born and is still there in my life today, who I was raised under his roof, I would not be the man I am today without my dad. I would not be here. The roommates would not exist without my father. And I love him and I'm eternally grateful for him because I know the impact that he made in my life. And
Yeah.
every single person who had a great father in their life, they know how irreplaceable the father is. Every person knows that the father is a cornerstone to
Yep.
their family and to their development. But in order to keep single moms happy, in order to push this leftist agenda, so many people want to say
Mm.
fathers are irrelevant. So many articles want to talk about how we don't need dads in the home today. And I'm telling you, that is an absolute lie. Fathers are so pivotal in a child's development. And when a father is present, the child benefits so much. And the sad thing is when you look at men and you look at women who are in the worst situations, especially women. Look at women who are in prostitution, women who
Yep.
are in escorts, women who are in strip clubs, women who are at the bottom of society, usually selling their bodies to pay their bills. Almost all of them come from a home without a father present.
Again, Hafiz is preaching on this one. Like I just said prior, literally not having a male role model and male figure to guide you throughout this life, and instill certain values from a male perspective has a negative effect on male and female development as a child into a adult. Most boys who grow up in a single household, not all, but most, they grow up underneath usually either a mother who tries her best, who has to play dual roles, and she can't invest the best of the nurturing or the structure in order that the man is supposed to give. So she does her part, and the child turns out okay, and they have a wonderful life. They make decisions, but they got to learn more later in life. Then you have the aspect of a mother who does nothing but nurture and find ways to have society, the government, and everything else pay for the resources so the child lives a life. And I'm talking about guys, the boys grow up in a free perspective to do whatever they feel all the time, and they end up the ones that are mostly incarcerated because they do mostly everything out of feelings, which is not good for a man. Then you have the aspect if the mother was too focused on the aspects of materialism and not got the care, that now this boy becomes a man always seeking the love and affection, and he self-destructs over some woman, some girl, because he keeps searching and no one's ever giving it to him. Um, and let me also talk about little girls. And after this point, I will actually cut it off and let you all watch the full video of the roommates and its entirety. Hafiz is wonderful. The roommates is wonderful. But let me just finish this last point. For little girls who do not have that male role model, they grow up from how the world looks at them. Their beauty is valuable. Everyone will focus on that so much more than who she is. And she's gonna grow up, especially in a single parent household, which is mostly women. So that's why I'm keeping it on a single mother perspective. And she's gonna go as far as she can in life solely off her looks. She doesn't understand her value, and she ends up doing things and being sometimes promiscuous, and it's hurtful to her in the long run. Or she's on the extreme opposite end, and she's been like hammered about don't depend on a man, and she grows into a woman who always has pushback and friction with a man because of the fact that she didn't have a dad. So she doesn't understand having a male in her life. So it's not important to her. And her mom had to do it all by herself, so she knows she can do it all by herself. Not understanding the scars and the pain that that mother went through. So those are the two sides of the extreme where I'm saying it is extreme, but most times the independent um, girl to woman is what is in the norm today. And it's sad because it is a extreme that has become normalized. Well, I'm gonna stop it right there. Y'all watch the full video. I'm gonna have the links in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah.